February 24th, 1955. Steve Jobs was adopted as an infant by Clara and Paul Jobs, living in Silicon Valley, California. Steve was first introduced to technology by his father. He taught him how to take apart and reconstruct electronics as a hobby. While attending Homestead High School, Steve Jobs was introduced to Steve Wozniak through a mutual friend. For college, he went to Reed, but dropped out after 6 months of attendance.
In 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started Apple Computer. They began in Steve Jobs' garage. They funded their business by Wozniak selling his scientific calculator, and Jobs sold his Volkswagen. After years of their work, the first Apple computer was complete, though the first Apple was primarily bought only by computer hobbyists. Jobs and Wozniak generated enough money to make inventions.
In 1977, Apple II was introduced, which is the first personal computer with a built-in keyboard and color graphics. The Apple II was highly successful, generating nearly $3 million in its first year. The next years were found to be tough for Apple. The not as impressive Apple III was released the same year as IBM released Lisa. Steve Jobs took this as a hard hit because he felt that Apple's decline in sales was due to his poor marketing.
After years of searching for redemption, on January 24th, 1984, Steve Jobs released the first Macintosh computer. The Macintosh then is nothing similar to what we know the Macintosh is now. The Macintosh cost $2,495, consisting of a 9-inch screen, 2 floppy disk inputs, including a hard drive option that was available for an extra $1,500. Jobs introduced the Macintosh as a home computer, but it failed with no hard drive or network capabilities and little memory.
As a result of recent failures, Jobs sold his stock of Apple in 1985. The following year, Steve Jobs purchased what is known now as Pixar Studios. He invested over $50 million, which led to him becoming Disney's largest shareholder. Eventually, Steve Jobs returned to Apple and became the CEO in 1997. He is credited for reviving the wave of Apple technology.
In 2003, a rare tumor, later discovered to be a form of pancreatic cancer, was discovered in Jobs. Jobs decided to opt out of surgery and try a vegetarian diet instead. In 2004, he finally had surgery to remove the tumor, which proved to be successful. Later innovations were created under Jobs' guidance, such as the MacBook, iPad, and iPhone. In 2008, iTunes was the second largest music company thanks to the iPod. Apple has been ranked as the #1 company numerous times. In 2008, Jobs was appearing less and less, and rumors began to circulate that his health was going down the drain. Announced on October 5th, 2011, Steve Jobs passed away after a decade-long battle with pancreatic cancer.
Even though Steve Jobs passed, Apple continues their legendary work. Innovations to the iPad, MacBook, and iPhone are still occurring. Steve Jobs forever changed the world of technology, and his legendary work will live on through the Apple products forever.